What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the greatest live tuning show ever shot in my office upstairs above the garage. Yeah, barely made it, but I'm here now. Let's get started. Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about performance. Let's talk about cars. Let's talk about tuning. So, as people are rolling in here, let me come over to the whiteboard. So, have you guys seen this? Has anybody used this software, Dyno SIM 6? I'm telling you. And I don't have it installed on this computer. I'll have to do a video on this because I don't think I'm ever going to do engine modifications ever again without running this software. It's basically just an engine dyno, and it's not cheap. It's $150 download. Dude, James, I tell you what. So, here's what I did. I installed this software, and I went through and watched episodes of Engine Masters, plugged in all of the data from the different parts that they're using, and it generally came within about 10 to 15 horsepower and torque of their combinations, what they were showing on the dyno. So, I think it's now. I will say, I did try Dyno. Yeah, really, I did try Dyno SIM 5, and it was not right. It was not right. Dyno SIM 6. I don't know how they do the data on it, but it is night and day better outputs on it. And it's just crazy what you can do, especially for camshafts and stuff like that, because you can go in on 6, you can go in and see the overlap and stuff. Yeah, Jonathan, we did 799 cylinder heads today versus some of the PRC as cast cylinder heads, and we were picking up on a 5.3 turbocharged at 12 psi. We picked up about 75 horsepower with the as-cast. I don't remember what series heads they were. But I did it on my big block and found out that the heads are the biggest restriction that I've got going on right now. So I put in the cam that's in the motor now and the new cam, and it was like 5 horsepower pickup from that cam. Swapping heads, I could pick up almost 200 horsepower, and then that cam picks up 20 instead of 5 horsepower. And so it's and to give you an idea, I put in the big block motor, all the combinations, and then took the horsepower output that it put in there, plugged it into a quarter mile. And the fastest quarter mile that thing's ran was a 10.7. And the time that it spit out with the horsepower that this calculated on Dyno SIM 6 was 10.7 or 10.68. So it was within 2/10 of the horsepower calculation that I was getting on it. I'm telling you, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, from a head swap. But granted, it's from, a pretty decent head to top of the line heads on the big block. But like the 75 horsepower on basically a junkyard 5.3 is pretty impressive. And it does some cool stuff where you can go in and do some simulation and test to see like what the best cam profile is going to be, and you can put in restrictions to say, like, I want power in this range, peak power in this range and stuff like that. And it'll spit out a cam profile that's pretty darn accurate. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, these guys have been in business since 1994, so they know what they're doing. But the cool thing about Dyno SIM 6 is that you can actually go in there whenever you plug in the cam profile. You can see where you're getting reversion on the intake and exhaust and stuff like that, and like where the maximum speed. It's cool. I will do a video on this specifically once I get it installed on this computer. As I said, I don't have it installed on this computer. I've got it on my laptop, and I've been playing with it for a couple days now. It's really, like, as I said, Dyno SIM 5, which is only like $40, does not seem to be accurate at all. Like, we're talking, it was showing on my motor on the big block, it was showing like 150 horsepower. It was off. It was way off. Low. Reading stupid low. As soon as I threw it in Dyno SIM 6, I was like, wow, okay, this is a lot more accurate. But you've got to have a lot of data. You've got to have flow values for heads, stuff like that. Got to have good cam data, which comp cams, you can find good cam data for all of their cams. But like BTR doesn't really publish very good cam data. So if you're trying to spec out BTR cams, it's not the best. So, well, and the cool thing is, yeah, James, huge gains from a head swap. And like, I plugged in the intake that I was running, setup that I was running on the big block where I was losing power. And sure enough, you could see on the data that was outputting that it estimated that it would start going into vacuum about 4,500 RPMs. And you see the power curve falling off on it. And you can see all that. So I've got enough of it kind of like laid out on save files that I can quickly go through it and kind of show you how it's been pretty cool. So, how close is delivered engine torque times RPM divided by 5252 times parasitic loss for HP tuners? It can be accurate if the airflow calculations are correct. So delivered engine torque requires really good airflow. Like, all that stuff needs to be dialed in. Shout out to Smoothie King here. I'm drinking my supper. So, what else is going on? Oh, going to pick up the new Power Glide for the Nova tomorrow. It arrived, so I'm anxious to get my hands on that. I'm having to rethink what I'm going to be doing to the Nova now. Other than I know I need to do the intake, like the cam swap, not a whole lot of reason to do that right now. So I just got to try and talk myself into spending $5,000 for a new set of heads. Typhoon brakes 99.9% done. I've got to bleed the ABS system. And then I've got I finally found a correct harmonic balancer, used one on eBay. And it showed up today. So I'm hoping to get that thing out of the garage. Be gone, Typhoon. We're done with ya. Though it did turn out pretty good looking. I don't know if any of you saw the pictures on the old Graham. I've got to do a video on it this weekend. So I am way behind on producing content. Means you're pretty good at guessing. Mustang dynos always read low. Yeah, I'll give the Typhoon away for $35,000. I'll sell one ticket, cost $35,000, and that person's guaranteed to win. Any good ideas to make a shifter shift boot seal? It gets super hot after 30 minutes driving. Are you talking about just the ring to seal it down, or are you talking about the actual like rubber gasket? That number. What mods are on there, James? To cover the trans-tunnel hole. Yeah. You could probably get some rubber sheet that's very flexible or malleable and just cut a small circle out of it and let it just kind of waller around in there. Just make sure that it is perfectly round so it doesn't tear. Oh, my smoothie king's giving me burps. (2006) SRT 8300C is intake, muffler, cat delete, kind of aggressive tune, but it's just bolt-ons, no cams, none of that stuff. That's probably right on a Mustang specifically. Is that the 6.1? Was the 2006 the 6.1? Or was it already the 6.2 or whatever? I can't keep track of those. Yeah, just get a sheet of rubber and clamp it down. Yeah, I would think that'd be right for the 6.1. Yeah. Han Solo up here barking like a madman. If I open that door, the big dogs will come in here, but the little dog will stand in the doorway and just bark at me the whole time. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. So we don't want that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I got like my first migraine Monday night. Man, it set me back. It was, I thought I'd had a bad headache before. Oh, rest assured, this was a whole new level. And so, feel it coming on in the afternoons, like on my drive home. And I got to curb it right then, or else it's going to ruin the rest of my day. Hey, listen, I'm always trying to throw out the baby pink options and stuff. So thank you for, I'm assuming, buying a hoodie. Make sure and tag me in a Instagram or something so I can see you whenever you get it. We're taking our 4-year-old grandson to Disney the first week of September. Looking forward to going on the Millennium Falcon ride. I bet. Did you watch the new Ahsoka? It's pretty good. 2 episodes came out. It's pretty good. What a T-56? Thank you. You read my mind. Yeah, I don't know anything about the T-56, so there's got to somebody's probably got a way of modifying that. You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday that gets the ocular migraines, and they were telling me about how they get the tunnel vision, and then they basically lose vision in one eye. It's crazy. It was bad to the point where like I had a bag of ice on my head. What are you doing this on, Jonathan? That you're having drive shaft angle issues. For the $75 tier, yeah, there'll probably be some spots open up at the end of the month. Always check at the end of the month. It's changed recently to where it's not month to month. It's a month subscription whenever you sign up. It used to be a month subscription month to month. And so you would have guys that would, whenever they canceled, their month would be over at the end of the month. There's still some that are like that, but yeah, I only wear polarized sunglasses. No, Danny, that's a good question. I did turn the implant off just to be safe, or safe to see if it provided any relief. I don't feel anything up here from the implant. Anything in my head for the most part. Everything down in the arms, legs, all that jazz. So I did turn it off to see if that made a difference, because I was at that point in time looking for anything. You know, I'd already taken some Advil. It was taking too long to kick in. I thought I was going to have to start driving nails into my head to release pain, release the pressure. I was in so much miserable pain. But I finally fell asleep. I don't know, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning with a bag of ice on my head. And woke up and felt better in the morning. Still had kind of a migraine hangover. But, yeah, it set me back. Set me back. Like crowd tonight. Who am I competing against? Who's live streaming against me tonight? That's the question. Car's a 91 Cressida with a 538 T56. T56 just fat. Yeah. Yeah. Trans is 3 degrees 0 at pinion flange. I mean, that's not too bad. Can you not get the... I take it the trans is 3 degrees down. Can you not get the pinion pointed up? Oh, well, no wonder Sloppy Mechanics got our live show going on right now. No, they're right here. They've just changed locations in the office. No wonder. I'm competing against Matt. And Joe Simpson's on there. And Devin Vanderhoof. We'll jump over there and give them crap. Yeah, yeah. I kind of want to hear what they're saying. I kind of want to watch this show. Okay. We'll call it an early show. Here's the link. Jump over to Matt's show. And I'll see you guys next week. ABT.